Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's reading, we are going to be looking into the karmic partner and see how she feels about the divine feminine. Okay, so just keep in mind that these readings are general. Also keep in mind that I am accommodating those divine feminines who are interested in this topic. Okay, sometimes I get people who will ask about that, and so I just kind of want to accommodate everybody. So if this is a reading that you're not interested in watching, then again, we are going to be looking into how the karmic feels about the divine feminine. So if it's something that you are curious about, then stick with me, and if it's not, then just come back when I have a topic that is, more to your liking. So if you are interested in a personal reading, or if you're interested in having any candle work done, all the information is in the description box. And like I said, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for you, okay? So the first thing I want to go ahead and look into is basically how does the karmic act? How does the karmic act in terms of, knowing about the divine feminine? How does she act knowing about the divine feminine? What are some ways that she acts, the karmic? How does the karmic act in terms of this divine feminine? Okay, we're gonna just take those. That was a lot that turned over, so we're just gonna take these 4. All right, so how does the karmic act when in terms of this divine feminine? So number 1, the first one that turned over was fight. Then we have fork in the road. You need to make a decision. Then we have obsession, and we have lurking. Okay, so how does this karmic act with this divine feminine? Well, number 1, she is obsessed. She's obsessed with lurking, making fake accounts, having others lurk on, social media. She's obsessed with this. Okay, she's obsessed with watching you. Okay, and likes to fight. Okay, so it says fighting, not backing down, or defending. So this is somebody who's obsessed with watching the divine feminine. She feels like so in her mind, she feels like she's defending what's hers. And so she feels like by doing these actions, she feels justified. Because she feels justified in what she's doing. Now, we do have fork in the road, and it says you need to make a decision. So I feel like, I do feel like this karmic, she does get obsessed at times. She wants to fight. She wants to stalk, But at the same time, she knows that she needs to make a decision here, okay? She, I get the feeling like obviously she knows that there's a divine feminine, and she basically has a decision to make. Is she going to continue in this energy, or is she going to make another choice? Is she going to stay in this situation and just keep fighting and being obsessed and lurking? Or is she going to make another decision? So I feel like there are times where, most of the time, she is obsessed, okay? And then every now and again, it's like her humanity will set in. And, when her humanity sets in, she kind of, thinks to herself, do I keep doing this? Or do I do something that's better for me? But then she goes back to being obsessed, okay? Because obsession is something that's very difficult to come out of, okay? And I mean, with fighting and with lurking, you know, she's obsessed, okay? And for the most part, her humanity is always at a low level. She has very brief moments, you know, where her humanity will kick it up a notch, and she may, you know, start asking herself some questions. But for the most part, she's obsessed, okay? So how does she see the divine feminine as a person? How does she feel, or how does she see the divine feminine as a person? How does the karmic feel about the divine feminine as a person? How does the karmic feel about divine feminine as a person? All right, so we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Emperor, we have the Magician, and we have the Tower. All right, so how she sees the divine feminine, you know, she sees the divine feminine as somebody who is very anxious, okay, with this Nine of Swords. Somebody who's very anxious. Anxious at what? Anxious at trying to manifest the downfall of her relationship. This is how she sees it, okay? She feels like divine feminine is just very anxious at trying to manifest the downfall of her connection. And we also do see the Emperor here. I think that the reason why this Emperor is here is because obviously this does, you know, translate to the divine masculine. She feels like also that this that the divine feminine is not only, you know, trying to manifest the downfall of her relationship, but trying to manifest. So in other words, she does feel like the divine feminine is using, you know, magic techniques, whether it's, you know, magic, good magic, or whether it's just affirmations, you know, or whether it's just manifesting. Okay, there's so many different kinds of manifestation. You know, you have your spells, you have affirmations, you have law of attraction. There's all these different ways to manifest. Either way, it doesn't really matter. This karmic feels like the divine feminine is, you know, just really manifesting the divine masculine and manifesting the downfall of her connection with the divine masculine, okay? But, you know, the Emperor also means, you know, somebody who is, you know, responsible and capable, and somebody who's dominant, you know, but dominant in a resourceful way. So, you know, again, I feel like she just sees this divine feminine as somebody who's being domineering and is responsible for, you know, again, the downfall of her. This is how she really sees this divine feminine, and this is the reason why she's so obsessed. She's obsessed with this thinking too. Okay, she's obsessed with it, and so I feel like part of the reason why she lurks and she fights is to basically also cause strain on the divine feminine, okay? So she sees the divine feminine as somebody that she can kind of, you know, keep up at night, you know, always wondering what's around the corner, you know, lurking, okay? So I just feel like she kind of, you know, she stalks and she fights we see how she feels about the divine feminine. She just feels like the divine feminine is manifesting the divine masculine and the divine masculine and the downfall, you know, causing that tower moment. But she sees her as somebody who's anxious, but she also feels like too, because this card is about being anxious, it's about anxieties, it's about worries, right? So she does feel like she sees the divine feminine as somebody who's worried and anxious and has anxieties, but I feel like she like takes credit for this, for making the divine feminine feel this way in her mind. It may not, you know, this may not be true, but this is how she sees it, okay? Because we're looking at how she sees things. So we're looking at her side of it, okay? So this is how she acts, and this is how she sees the divine feminine, okay? So let's see. So let's see, how does the divine feminine really feel? Okay, this is how the karmic sees it, but how does the divine feminine really feel? Okay, how does the divine feminine really, how is she really? It'll be interesting to see the difference between how the karmic sees it and how it really is, okay? So Spirit, how is it really in terms of the divine feminine? How is it really? Let's put this here. So this divine feminine is somebody who is very, very powerful, okay? Oh, wow. So this is a divine feminine who is very powerful, like I said. She's somebody, so we have the Three of Pentacles. This is somebody who, what I like about this is that this is what the, okay, let me tell you what cards I have. I have the Three of Pentacles, I have the Six of Cups, I have the Nine of Pentacles, and then I have the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So this divine feminine, actually what these cards are telling me is that this is a divine feminine who's so powerful and so strong with who she is that, yeah, she would actually like to build something with the divine masculine. She absolutely would, okay? But it is, you know, three. So, you know, let's just say this divine feminine knows that, you know, this is the third party, okay? But yes, she would absolutely love to build something with him, okay? She would love to build a life with him. You know, she has, you know, that nostalgia when it comes to her thinking about her divine masculine, okay? She remembers, you know, the memories and the love, and there's something very special between them, and she knows that, and she would absolutely love to build something with him. However, this is the Nine of Pentacles. This is also a card of somebody who, you know, loves themselves, knows how to build for themselves, knows how to make money by themselves. They don't necessarily need somebody. They can do it on their own, okay? This is somebody who is single and strong and powerful on their own. They do not need somebody else, okay? However, you know, what I'm seeing with this is that this is a divine feminine who can go either way. Either she can be strong on her own, or she would absolutely love to build with her divine masculine. You know, renew their relationship and their connection, okay? But she's good either way, okay? So she's not really, you know, trying to, you know, be the downfall of, you know, this other situation. She's strong on her own. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles here. Again, This is somebody who knows how to make money. So she definitely doesn't want this divine masculine for money. This is a divine feminine who can do it on her own. She can plan her life out. She can build for herself. So again, she could either build for herself or build with the divine masculine. Okay. And what I'm seeing with this Ace of Pentacles is because the Ace of Pentacles is usually a gift that the it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning in the physical world. Okay, so I feel like because this is a divine feminine who is very headstrong, and she loves herself and she loves her divine masculine, and she can either go in either way. She can go either way. And because she can go either way, I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is here. Spirit is saying, because you divine feminine are very strong, and you know how, you know that, or we can see that you are capable of, taking care of yourself. We have this gift for you that we would like to give you in the physical world. So I feel like, I feel like this is a divine feminine who will, because of her mentality, and I feel like she's, again, yeah, she'd like to build with her divine masculine, but she's perfectly happy with herself. I feel like this is somebody who's surrendered their decision to the divine, and because she has surrendered her decision to the divine is going to bring in a gift for her in the physical world at some point later on down the road. Okay, so this is how the karmic sees it, but this is how this divine feminine really is. She's somebody who's very loving, and she loves herself. She loves herself above her divine masculine. She loves her divine masculine, but she loves herself above all. And it's because of that self-love that I feel like Spirit is going to bless her, okay? Because that's what this is. It's a blessing. And I feel like Spirit is going to bless her because of this. So even though the karmic may see it this way, this is not how it is at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see, let's go ahead and take a look at the emotions of this, let's take a look at the emotions of this karmic, okay? What are her emotions when it comes to the divine feminine, her emotions? What are the karmic's emotions? Okay, so we have worried, depressed, and angry, okay? Worried, depressed, and angry. So these are actually some of the emotions that that the karmic feels when she thinks about this divine feminine. It makes her angry, okay? Mad, furious, enraged, okay? And I feel like with that anger, then obviously she becomes worried, and that worriedness brings her into a depression. And I feel like one of her remedies to get her out of this depressed stage is to become obsessed and start lurking, stalking, watching everything, and then causing fights with the. This is something that she does to remedy herself. I feel like, which is totally not, is not the answer, but this is the route that she takes, and that's what causes, the fights and the lurking and the obsession. Okay, is because first she gets angry, then it's a downward spiral. She gets angry, then it causes her to get worried, then it causes her to be depressed. Okay, so let's see. So then after this, what else, Spirit? What else can you tell me? What else can you add to that? What else can you add to that, Spirit? What else can you add to that, to these emotions? One more card, Spirit. One more card. All right, so we have fixated. We have guarded. And we have pain. Okay, so here's what I want to say about these cards. So number one, I feel like this guarded is here to say, Divine Feminines, you need to be guarded, okay? You need to be guarded because as we can see with the emotions here, angry, worried, and depressed, again, I told you that I feel like once this downward spiral happens, that's when she becomes obsessed. Okay, and so again, I wanted to add to this, and we are getting fixated, which is basically the same thing as obsessed. Again, I feel like she feels like her remedy to feeling angry, worried, and depressed is to be obsessed and fixated. And then that's when she starts, conjuring up some things. You can see, and look, you can see the pumpkin down there. So really, what I really feel is between now and Halloween, you guys really need to be careful, okay? You need to be guarded. I feel like that's why this guarded is here. I feel like that spirit saying, Divine Feminines, you need to be on guard, okay? Because this is a divine, this is a karmic who is fixated on trying to cause divine feminine pain, okay? And we talked about this before because as we come closer to Halloween, we are talking about the veil. The veil is thin, and when as we get closer to Halloween, it's when the veil is down, okay? And that's when these karmics really start wishing bad on these divine feminines, and some of them are doing magic, and some of them are just sending the evil eye or just sending negative energy. And so that's why I keep saying it's really important to have protection work done, which I've done a lot. This time of year I do a lot of protection work because of this reason, okay? And as we can see, this is a karmic who's she's loco. So, you want to stay protected. You want to stay guarded. Very clear from Spirit. You need to stay guarded. Okay, so let's go ahead and put all this to the side, and let's just pull some. Let's just pull some closing cards here. So, knowing all that we know, how this karmic feels about the divine feminine. What are some closing cards that you can tell us about this situation, Spirit? What are some closing cards you would like for us to know to close this out? What are some things you want us to know to close this out? Some closing information. What would you like for us to know? What else, Spirit? What else? card, Spirit. One more card. So I don't like these cards. Because look, we have the Lovers in reverse and we have the Four of Wands in reverse here, with the Queen of Swords in reverse. So in the first place, the Queen of Swords in the upright is a queen who's not very loving to begin with. Turn her over and she's just horrific. Okay, so basically, I feel like, so the first card that we have that came out is the Knight of Wands. He's somebody who's, you know, very passionate. He likes to come in with passion, but he's not somebody that you can really rely on because his passion burns hot and then it goes out. You know, that's how I describe him. So I feel like, you know, the karmic, I feel like she's up to something, okay? I feel like she's up to something scandalous, because she is, the karmic is actually showing up here as, you know, the Queen of Swords in reverse, and that's somebody who you cannot trust. She lies. You cannot trust her. She's manipulating. And so I feel like, you know, she's going to do something to manipulate this divine masculine, okay? Because he's showing up as, you know, the Knight of Wands. So I feel like she knows that this divine masculine, you know, has been showing passion to this divine feminine. And so I feel like she's about to manipulate something. Okay. We have the Ten of Wands here. You know, this is about burdens. But it is in reverse. So in the upright position, you know, this is, you know, carrying heavy burdens. And when you turn it over, this is about laying down the burden. So I feel like, you know, she's about to do something manipulating to this divine masculine, to lay down the burdens. We also have the Two of Pentacles here. So in the upright position, this is about juggling. And when you turn it over, it's no longer juggling between two people. It's choosing one of the pentacles. And then we have the Lovers in reverse, breakups. Then we have the Four of Wands in the upright position. This is, you know, two people coming together, celebrating their love. Even, you know, it is the twin flame. These are both twin flame cards. You know, they're in reverse though. The Four of Wands can be, again, celebrating marriage. It could mean, you know, something steady, you know, a stable life. It's in reverse. So I feel like this karmic is just up to something, manipulating, that's going to try and I think she's going to try to manipulate this divine masculine to make a choice and to break off this relationship that he has with his divine feminine. Again, these are both twin flame cards and they're showing up in the reverse. And of course, the Lovers in reverse is breakups. So I feel like she's going to try to minimize her own burdens. That burden being, you know, the connection that divine masculine has with divine feminine. She's going to try to lay down her burdens and manipulate him to make a choice. And that choice obviously is going to be in her favor, to where he chooses her rather than his divine feminine, so I feel like that's something that she's going to try to do. Okay, this is something that she's definitely going to try to do. She's going to try to make this divine masculine choose her and break up the connection with divine feminine so that he chooses her, no longer juggling them, laying down the burden of the juggling. She's going to manipulate something. So what I want to see is, will this work? Will this work? So let's see. So this is all a manipulation that she's going to cause. So let's go ahead and confirm this card. I want to see, clarify this. I'll Spirit, this Queen of Swords. Will she be able to be successful in this? Let's see. We have the Six of Swords, which is moving on. Let's get some more information. Let's get some more information. What else can you tell me about this moving on, Spirit? So we have the Queen of Wands now, okay? And this is, you know, this is the divine feminine. We talked about this earlier. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is very independent, but they do have passion. She has, she's beautiful, very beautiful. She has a lot of passion, and she's also very independent, okay? And we already seen her come up as independent with the Nine of Pentacles here, okay? So I feel like what this is saying is, because we're confirming her manipulation, what she's going to try to do. We see what she's going to try to do. She's going to try to break up this relationship between divine masculine and divine feminine. She's going to try to manipulate something to where he's no longer juggling them. He's making that choice, right? The choice to break up, his connection. Okay, so I wanted to see, right? I wanted to see if her plans were actually going to work. So the first card that came out as a clarifier is the Six of Swords. This is about moving on to greener pastures and finding a better life. And what confirmed that? The Queen of Wands. So this is basically telling me that not only is this going to not work, this is not going to work. It's going to backfire, okay? It's going to backfire. And not only is it going to backfire, but it's going to backfire so much so that he's going to move on from her and move towards his divine feminine, okay? Now, he is showing up as, the Knight of Wands. And again, that's somebody who is, comes in with a lot of passion, but, he's, he can be wishy-washy sometimes. So let's pull a clarifier for this. I mean, will this energy change, Spirit? Will this energy change? Absolutely love it. I love it. So he's gonna see. So this is confirmation that not only is this plan not going to work, it's going to backfire. He's going to move towards his divine feminine. He's gonna go from somebody who, he's not very reliable. Somebody comes in with a lot of passion, but he can be flaky. He's going to change from a knight to an emperor. Okay. From the knight to the emperor. So he will be the divine feminine that he's supposed to be. He will be responsible. Okay, so yeah, her plan is totally going to backfire on her. Where she's going to try to pull something. She's going to try to pull something, and whatever it is that she's going to try to pull, this manipulation tactic, it's not going to work. It's going to backfire. It's going to backfire. So, so Spirit just wants you to know that, be guarded, okay? Be guarded. We already seen that. We see that, her obsession, and she's fixated on you, and she's going to try to do some manipulating things, but in the end, let her do whatever it is that she's going to do. You stay strong. You keep being the loving person, the loving person and the responsible person that you are, because you have a blessing. So that's what the blessing is. That's what the blessing is. The blessing is that he's going to move away from her, come towards you. And not only is he going to come towards you, but he's going to come towards you in the manner that he's supposed to be. And that's the divine masculine. Okay. He's going to go from this wishy-washy knight to this emperor. And that's what the blessing is. So there you go. That's absolutely beautiful. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys, you know. The lesson here is that there is a karmic. She does not like you. She's intimidated by you, and she does these, you know, she does these selfish things against you, divine feminine. But by you not letting her get the best of you, by you loving yourself first and loving, you know, still, you know, loving your divine masculine, and, you know, just really healing and taking, you know, the reins of life on your own, this is what brings you the blessings. So it doesn't really matter what she thinks. I know sometimes it gets hard to ignore some of the things that the karmics do, but Spirit is clearly saying that let them bury themselves, because they will bury themselves. All right, so that's what I have for you. If anybody's interested in a personal reading, the information is in the description. But well, yeah, in the description box. We'll talk to you again on the next one. Love you all. Bye bye.